Did you know that fluoride and forever chemicals in our tap water can potentially pose serious health risks? From compromised immunity to developmental concerns and potential neurological effects, these contaminants are unfortunately more prevalent than many folks realize. So when I found out that my community's water is fluoridated and also tested positive for PFAS, I was a little freaked out. I wanted a way to ensure that my family had clean, filtered water at every tap in the house, not just the kitchen sink. So I wanted to test out this whole house filtration system from Softpro that they claim reduces both fluoride and PFAS, but I wanted to find out for myself. So I installed the system and then sent water samples to a certified lab to verify its effectiveness. Now this system is unique because it combines bone char and catalytic carbon media, which makes it more capable than the typical activated carbon filter. Bone char carbon is uniquely capable of reducing fluoride compared to carbon that comes from other sources. And catalytic carbon is essentially an upgraded version of activated carbon that has enhanced absorption properties. So while activated carbon effectively tackles chlorine, tastes, odors, and organic impurities like forever chemicals, catalytic carbon takes it a step further, efficiently reducing chloramines as well, a crucial consideration considering that 20% of Americans are exposed to this alternative disinfectant. So the two media are combined in a single tank that uses upflow technology. This maximizes contact time between water and the filter media, resulting in more thorough reduction of contaminants and overall better performance compared to downflow filters. Plus the high 14 gallon per minute flow rate ensures there's enough clean water for everyone in the house even during times of peak usage. Currently priced at $900, it stands competitively among similar point of entry city water systems, especially considering its additional media for fluoride reduction. Now based on the manufacturer's specs, I crunched the numbers to find out the ongoing cost of filtered water per gallon, and here's what I found. At just under 1 mil per gallon, this system offers exceptional value. And let me clarify, that's a mil, which is 1/1000th of a dollar or 1/10 of a cent per gallon, which I didn't actually even know the proper term for such a low denomination of money, so I actually had to look it up for this video. Now this is based on their claim that the media has a capacity of up to 1 million gallons. Of course, water quality varies from place to place, so it's good to mention here that if the water being filtered is more contaminated, the media will reach capacity quicker. But still, if the media only lasts half that capacity, 500,000 gallons, the cost per gallon of filtered water is still only 1.8 mil, a fraction of a cent. So the value for money is there, but obviously that doesn't mean much if the product itself is a letdown. So let's get into some of the advantages that this Softpro filter has to offer. Now I've already mentioned that it's a whole home system, which made it ideal for us because we wanted clean water from every tap, including our bathroom sinks and shower heads. I wanted to make sure we weren't exposing ourselves to contaminants while brushing our teeth or taking a shower, and that's one of the reasons why this Softpro system appealed to me. A big benefit of tank-based systems like this is that they require less frequent maintenance and are generally cheaper to operate over the long term compared to systems with filter cartridges that are replaced more often. And if you're up for a challenge and handy with plumbing, you might be able to tackle the installation yourself. My buddy helped me out with our install, and it really only took us an hour or so following the clear instructions in the manual. I never really recommend buying a water filtration system unless it has some form of warranty and ideally a guarantee as well. This is especially important when you're investing hundreds of dollars in a whole house water filter. So it was great to see that Softpro stands behind their product with an impressive warranty, including a limited lifetime warranty on the valve and a lifetime warranty on the tank itself. It also has a 6-month money-back guarantee, which means you can install the system and actually test it out for half a year. However, it's important to note the fine print that if you do end up returning the system during the 6-month period, it incurs a 25% restocking fee and you have to cover the return shipping costs. Even so, Softpro's warranty and guarantee reflect a significant vote of confidence in their product's quality and performance. And finally, I mentioned that this system has a 14 gallon per minute peak flow rate. That means it should be suitable for installing in most homes with up to 6 bathrooms bathrooms, and you can count on a steady and reliable supply of water without any drop in pressure, even during periods of high demand, like running a couple of appliances or even a couple of people showering at the same time. So overall, I've had a great experience with this filter, but there are a couple of setbacks I should also mention that you should be aware of. Now, it's important to note that this particular Softpro system doesn't hold any certification for contaminant reduction. While independent testing like mine can be informative, which I'll show you in a moment, official certification provides a trusted, industry standard verification of a filter's performance. It might also require some additional parts for installation depending on your plumbing setup. So for example, we had to buy a few things like extra copper pipe, elbow connectors, shark bite connectors, and a grounding wire. The exact parts you'll need will vary depending on your situation. On the subject of installation, this is the last setback I want to mention. If you're not comfortable with DIY plumbing, you'll need to find someone else to do it for you. While there will be an additional cost for professional installation, it ensures a proper setup and peace of mind that there won't be any issues down the line. So now let's talk about our lab test. Just to quickly mention, these results are based on our specific testing conditions and water parameters, and different water contains different contaminants, so the system may perform better or worse for you depending on your specific water quality. That's why I always recommend testing your water, or at a minimum, reading your water company's consumer confidence report so you know you're getting the best system to address the contaminants of concern in your water. I used a lab testing service called TapScore for all the testing in this project, which provides super informative results that you just won't get with a DIY test. And I'll leave a link in the description for anyone who's interested in testing their water quality. So I tested 2 samples of water. The first was before we installed the system at the beginning of March 2024, and the second sample was taken a month and a half later after the system was up and running. I evaluated the test results using the laboratory's health guideline level, which prioritizes human health and is stricter than the federal MCL. Our raw water contained trace levels of copper, fluoride, zinc, aluminum, barium, nickel, and strontium, along with chlorine, the most common disinfectant that can affect taste and odor. The test also detected chloroform, a disinfection byproduct, above the health guideline level. And using a separate test kit specifically for PFAS, we found out we had 2.5 parts per trillion of a forever chemical. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the actual chemical name, but here it is on the screen, which is abbreviated as MEFBSA. So of course, I was eager to find a system that could not only reduce fluoride, but PFAS forever chemicals as well. Now I'm going to show you how the Softpro filter works, so give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy content based on original research and testing data. So the post-install lab report showed that the Softpro system had completely eliminated the contaminants I was most concerned about, including the fluoride, PFAS, and chloroform disinfection byproduct. It also eliminated the trace levels of zinc, aluminum, and nickel, and reduced the copper by 97%. A number of other impurities were actually detected at increased levels in the second test, but it's important to note that these minerals are generally safe and most even beneficial for health. And those few that do pose a health risk were still detected well below the health guideline level. The inorganics that increased were chloride by 119%, sulfate by 214%, and nitrate, which was detected at 0.2 parts per million, which was absent in the initial raw water test. A couple of metals increased, barium by 534% and strontium by 989%. Although this seems alarming at first, it's good to look at the actual numbers for perspective. For instance, strontium increased from just 0.019 parts per million to just 0.207 parts per million, which represents a large percentage increase, but a tiny difference in the overall amount. And we saw increased levels of many healthy minerals, including sodium by 9%, calcium by 894%, magnesium by 1,126%, and 1.84 parts per million of potassium, which was not detected in the initial test. Fluctuations like this can be normal due to variations in the source water over time. So in our case, the system was actually installed in the mountains of Colorado, where spring snowmelt can affect water quality. So while we saw some changes in certain minerals, it's most likely due to natural variations in the source water quality and not necessarily the filtration system itself. But of course, this is just an educated guess, and additional testing would be necessary to verify this hypothesis. The Softpro system impressed me with its ability to reduce a wide range of contaminants, especially fluoride, PFAS forever chemicals, and disinfection byproducts. For under $1,000, it's ideal if you're concerned about these these contaminants in your city water and want a point of entry whole home filter to address them. And it's perfect for homeowners who are comfortable with DIY projects and want to save on the cost of professional installation. Now, there are just a few things to note in situations where you might want to consider something else. The lack of official performance certifications may be a deal breaker for some folks. Also, if you're in a rental situation, chances are that you won't be able to install a system that requires invasive installation at the main water line like this, so you'll probably need to consider a point of use system instead. And lastly, the bone char carbon media is not vegan friendly. Overall, the Softpro system delivers exceptional value for the price, especially for families who want cleaner, healthier water throughout their entire home. Remember, testing your water is always a good first step to see which contaminants you need to address. I'll drop links to the test reports and the Softpro system in the description so you can check them out. And if you have any questions about our data, testing projects, or water treatment in general, feel free to ask me in the comments. And if you liked this one and are looking for a whole home water filter, I've got another video coming up for you right now. So click or tap to keep watching.